South Korea's annual marriage registrations rebounded to pre-pandemic levels in 2025. This comes as welcome news for a nation grappling with a low fertility rate, as a vast majority of births here occur within legal unions. And our business and economy correspondent Kim Do-yeon joins us in the studio to break down the latest data. Welcome, Do-yeon.
Good to be here.
Right, so can you tell us more about the latest numbers and what led to this rise?
That's right, Sujin. The Ministry of Data and Statistics released its 2025 marriage and divorce statistics on Thursday, and the key takeaways are: 1, a complete recovery to pre-pandemic level. 2, I'm proud to say that I helped the number go up. Around 240,000 marriages were registered last year. That is an 8.1% jump from the previous year. Divorces, on the other hand, fell 3.3% on year to 88,000. This marks the second consecutive year of significant growth in marriages, effectively snapping an 11-year downward trend. The agency attributes the rise to changing demographics and shifting societal sentiments.
First, there is an increase in the population cohort entering their early 30s. Also, data shows a growing perception among unmarried men and women that they should get married.
And not only is there a growing desire for young people to get married, but also the government has also released various support measures for newlyweds. Has this helped at all?
Right, the agency noted that with so many different policies at play, isolating the exact impact of these measures is difficult. However, I visited a local district office that has been actively supporting newlyweds with housing costs. Seocheogu District, for example, offers up to 3 million won to help cover interest payments on jeonse housing deposits for total deposits under 700 million won and smaller than 85 square meters. Around 40 couples received this assistance last year, and the district office began taking new applications just this week. Take a listen to an administrator here.
Those who receive the support always express their gratitude. They frequently tell us that they hope programs like this, along with the eligibility criteria, will be expanded further in the future.
And this is great news for South Korea, as has long dealt with a demographic crisis. So how has the government responded to this?
Now, in South Korea, marriage and childbirth are virtually synonymous, as out-of-wedlock births are extremely rare. Because of this, the marriage rate serves as the most reliable leading indicator for future births, which is why government policies focus heavily on boosting marriages. Thanks to this accumulated surge in newlyweds, South Korea's fertility rate rebounded to 0.80 in 2025. The agency highlighted that this is not a short-term spike, but a massive accumulation over a sustained period.
Marriages grew consecutively for 8 months, starting in August 2022, and again for 21 months from April 2024 to December of last year. This continuous upward trend is highly meaningful. We can view this massive, accumulated increase in marriages as the #1 reason behind the rising fertility rate.
Demographic experts project this positive trend will likely hold until around 2027. That is because the structural advantage of what's described as the echo boomer cohort remaining in their early 30s will last until then. However, once that generation ages and out of their prime marrying years, the population pool itself will shrink drastically. Experts stress that the government must use the next couple of years to implement sweeping structural reforms, specifically addressing housing affordability and quality jobs before this demographic tailwind disappears.
Right, it does look like providing housing and quality jobs will be key moving forward. Now, to delve deeper into the latest data, there were some shifts in relationship dynamics. So can you tell us more about this?
That's right. For the first time on record, the proportion of first marriages where the wife is older than the husband surpassed 20%, reaching 20.2% in 2025. This is a departure from the traditional model of Korean families.
In a traditional patriarchal society, men primarily handled the economic responsibilities. Now, those traditional patterns are breaking down, which likely influences this trend.
Lastly, looking at international unions, marriages between South Koreans and foreign nationals stood at 21,000 last year, while the overall figure remained relatively flat, edging down just 0.3% from the previous year. There was a notable spike in Korean-Japanese couples. Marriages between Korean men and Japanese women jumped 26.1%, while unions between Korean women and Japanese men rose 29.3%.
All right, thank you so much for breaking down the latest data for us today.
My pleasure.